Wow, just a lot of talking, and I left the mute on. So, welcome to Biro Sports Talk. I'm your host, Biro. As I do always, I shared the videos while I was talking to mute. I'm pretty much repeating the exact same thing. Last week we went 8-6 after going an abysmal 6-8. Anything under 500 is abysmal because you should be able to at least pick half the games. Picking one game above half doesn't help. Now, this week, the bye weeks are the Browns, the Bengals, the Rams, and the Eagles. Speaking of which, we're just going to check. Yep. We're all there. We're all there, man. Yeah, we're all there. All right. As I was saying, though, this week we're hoping for a lot better. The Bears lost in overtime. The Rams didn't come to play. Baltimore didn't play like Baltimore. Carolina lost. Tennessee couldn't beat the Bengals. So, let's talk about this week. This week, tonight, Green Bay, San Francisco. I haven't heard anything about a cancellation. Everyone's still expecting it to happen. I am going with Green Bay. Green Bay is a better team, I think. San Francisco's just been hit with the injury bug, and we'll see a lot more issues with that. You know what I'm saying? It's just going to be a lot of things like that. And that will conclude tonight. Of course, Sunday, with all the other games, the 1 o'clock games, you got Atlanta, Denver, Seattle, Buffalo, Tennessee, Chicago, so on and so forth. Let's get started with Atlanta, Denver. I would love to go with Denver, but I think Atlanta pulls this one out because Atlanta is the home team. They got rhythm by beating Carolina. I do think they come out on top here. Seattle at Buffalo, you got Russ just needs to keep on cooking. Got to keep on mixing it. You got to keep letting him just cook. And I'm going with Seattle because of the firepower of that offense. I do think Buffalo's a very good team. They're a very strong AFC contender. But I think Seattle's just hot right now. Chicago, Tennessee, here it is. I'm going against what I want to do, and I'm picking Tennessee. Let's be honest, Tennessee did not look good last week. Let's be honest, the Bears haven't looked good in many weeks. What hurts the Bears more is their offensive line's getting injured. Mitchell Trubisky got injured on one play against the Saints. So, going Titans, I just want to believe in this Bears team, and I think they're going to drop this one. So Tennessee wins. Baltimore, Colts, going Baltimore. I just don't think the Colts are that good compared to Baltimore. But Baltimore lost to the Steelers. But Pittsburgh is the only unbeaten team left in the league. Carolina at Kansas City, going Kansas City. Carolina's just a team that can't get it done. I do know CMC is back, Christian McCaffrey, but that won't matter. Detroit at Minnesota. I originally wanted Detroit, but knowing Stafford right now is on the COVID list because he was in close contact with someone, I'm going Vikings. Also, Dalvin Cook, career day, basically. Anyways, yeah, there you go. Minnesota over Detroit because Dalvin Cook's career day last week. He just went off, and of course, he played against me. Washington Giants at Washington. I'm going Washington. Washington can surprisingly sneak up on this race with a win here, and I think they can, and I think they will. I picked the Giants a few times thinking, Daniel Jones will pick up his game, but the problem with Daniel Jones right now is turnovers, man, and that kills a career. Just ask Winston. Jameis Winston. Houston at Jacksonville. This one was a little tougher. I ended up going with Houston. I do think Houston has a team that that will benefit, and I think it will benefit well. So, Houston over Jacksonville. The Raiders versus the Chargers. Chargers, you would think they'd get one here, but I'm going with the Raiders. Raiders are a good team. No one's talking about the Raiders. Got a little croaky there. A little high pitched puberty. But no one's talking about the Raiders. Raiders are probably going to make playoffs and probably will be a dangerous team, and no one's talking about it. So Raiders over the Chargers. Pittsburgh at Dallas. If Pittsburgh loses this, I don't know. I don't know. Not making any bets. But if they lose, that would be devastating because Dallas is really bad. They bench who they were going to start at quarterback for someone pretty much off the street. Miami at Arizona. Picking Arizona. New Orleans at Tampa Bay. Picking Tampa Bay this time. Why? So from that very first game, I think Tampa Bay's got it clicking. And I think New Orleans is stuck in the mud. And Tom Brady's going to smack Drew Brees right in the mouth. Monday night, you got the Patriots and Jets. It's going to be a terrible Monday night game. And you're going to get New England beating the Jets because the Jets are just terrible. But if the Jets were to win a game, sadly, that could be it. What are your guys' thoughts? What are your beliefs? What do you see happening? There's a lot of things that can happen. With baseball done, there's already rumors going around. Biggest thing next week, I believe, is the... Man, yawning. I don't know why. Well, let me see. Yep, next week is the NBA draft. This isn't showing it. Oh, no, it's 2 weeks. I was wrong. 2 weeks. 2 weeks after all. But 2 weeks of talking about NBA prospects. I mean, right now the Pistons are intrigued by LaMelo and moving up in the draft. Everyone's talking about Anthony Edwards. I mean, personally, I'm more intrigued about Obi Toppin, some of these other guys. The kid from Israel. Would like to see where Caleb Weston goes. I think he's a second round pick just because his style doesn't match the NBA that we're in today. But besides that, I always find it more interesting to find the free agent pickups, the undrafted. So I think Andre Wesson will get a look somewhere. He was a role player. Don't get me wrong, he's a role player, but I think he'll be a good role player. I think he can be next level role player. You know? So, there's not much to talk about besides some action. So last night, we had the MAC make their valiant return. If you're not familiar with the MAC, we're talking the Midwest schools, tiny schools. Used to be FCS, but now are FBS. Because it's all about the MACTION. So teams, if you don't know or are familiar with the show, I am a graduate of Ohio University who also started last night, but however they lost 30-27 to Central. A lot of cross East-West games. Eastern lost to Kent State. Western Michigan beat Akron. Kent State won 27-23. Western Michigan won 58-13 over Akron. Buffalo beat Northern Illinois 49-30. Miami of Ohio beat Ball State 38-31. And Toledo beat Bowling Green 38-3. Not even a little bit, just blowout. So what my thoughts on all these? I think Ohio played a very good West team. I think Central is going to be a surprisingly good West team. This is also Ohio's first game for their redshirt freshman quarterback, I believe he was. Rourke, brother of Nathan Rourke, Kyle Rourke. I think, got the not Curtis Rourke. Rourke. Man, I gotta get the name right. Rourke. Curtis got the nod, did very well over Armani Rogers, who did not do as well. With a 1 for 3 for 4 yards. Curtis with 12 of 19, 231, 2 touchdowns. The running, of course, was done more by Armani Rogers. Curtis did not run very much. Or well, I should say. But it'll be interesting to see how we play out the rest of the year. There's a lot of fumbles, and they lost 2. OU did. But so on and so forth. So I think OU lost to a very good West team. OU still primed for that East division, even though they're starting a game back. Kent State, Eastern's just really bad. I don't see Kent being much better. So there's that. Western, a lot of people are talking they're the best in that West division. Akron is not a good team. They're just not. And that's why the score was 58-13. Now, Buffalo, Northern Illinois. I think Northern Illinois is going to be decent. They're always decent. But Buffalo looking like a true power in the East with that 49-30 victory. Miami beating Ball State close. I don't know much about the Ball State expectations. But being close to Miami is a good way to start a season at least. So I expect Ball State to be somewhere in the top 3 for the West. And of course, Miami is going to be top 3 in the East. Moving on. Bowling Green, Toledo. Toledo's always good. Bowling Green looking really bad already. I mean, you got 4 teams I've said that could be top 3 in the West. Which ones are legit, which ones are fake, we'll find out next week. But first, start for the MAC. Excuse me. I gotta say, they came out and played for you guys. MACTION all the way. Now, this weekend, we got some interesting games. So let's continue on the college football train and talk a little bit more about college football. Of course, Friday night we got BYU Boise State. First true test for BYU. If BYU wins, they become more legitimate in the national or the Final Four conversation. It's something they're aiming for. It's something that they want to do. Now, other games to look for this weekend. You got Michigan at Indiana. That's another ranked versus ranked team. You got Florida and Georgia. That's a big game. Big game right there. You got a lot of sprinkled in games that could be good. Coastal Carolina plays South Alabama. Excuse me. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Ohio State plays Rutgers, which isn't anything. Clemson plays Notre Dame. That'll be something to watch. Stanford, Oregon. The Pac-12 starts this week. Mountain West starts. Everybody's starting, and it's exciting as always. And then you got your postpone and cancels. I mean, Wisconsin's canceling left and right. They might as well just stay home. Like, they played one game. They should stay home at this point. If they're just going to keep getting new coronavirus cases, preventing them from recovering, you might as well just shut it down for the year. I'm just being serious. Sometimes you just got to shut it down. Ugh. Man. So Looking at these schools, though, you got a lot to look forward to. There's a lot of football left. But man, oh man, what's a boy to do? Sorry for the quick show. I know it's been roughly 20 minutes. There's just not a lot to talk about. There's no baseball. College basketball starts up soon, but it's still up in the air as always. High school football, though, Saturday actually, Van Wert, the local area team here, plays Shelby in what would be a regional finals matchup. After that, you're at state semis. What an exciting time. It's been a while since Van Wert's been this good. And everyone should be excited. Unfortunately for my alma mater, they lost to Lima Central Catholic. So LCC moves on and not Convoy Crestview. So, thank you for those who have tuned in. Like I said, I apologize for such a short show. There's just not much to talk about. That's all I can say. There's not much to talk about. It's just football, and I can go through football very fast. Pretty soon we'll have basketball. Next week, hopefully, we have more of a basketball pre-draft, who I think goes where. Maybe we'll have a draft day event. I doubt it because I feel like I'll be playing basketball by then. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. We don't know who's our president. We don't know what's going on. And the world's just strange in general. So, thank you for everyone, again, who tuned in. I will see you all next time, next Thursday, 7 p.m., as always, on Biro Sports Talk.